Okay, so this is the model that I made. First of all, I would like to talk about the stages of the making process. At first, my partner and I went online and studied the curriculum. We looked through the learning outcomes and achievement standards from foundation to year two, and we then decided to pick year two history regarding how technological changes shape people's lives. Because we think technologies are related to young people's everydayness, but children know very little about how they affect people's lives, especially those in the past. And we would like to develop children's understanding in this area. So my partner and I went on to think about our own models. For me, I have tried to think from a child's perspective because as educators, if we want children to understand something, we need to see things from their point of view. So I wonder what matters to children in their everyday life. And then I realized that children's life centers around their local community. So I decided to create just parts of a community, focusing on playgrounds and homes, and make them into two versions, the past and the present. In this way, to demonstrate the influences technologies have brought to these two areas. When the ideas generated, I started to outline how I would design the model. First, I drafted how things would be arranged on a piece of paper. Then I went on YouTube to study how to make things I didn't know, such as houses, slides, seesaws, and buses. After that, I have an idea of what materials and tools I need for the store. And then I measured and outlined the sections on my cardboard platform according to my draft. And then I started to build things for each section. So I have used 7 materials for my model: cardboard, sticky notes, pop stick, hard crafting paper, newspaper, toothpicks, and the last one is the string. Cardboard is recycled and collected from daily waste. They are used to create most of the stuff for the model, for example, the slide, benches, shopping mall, the toilet, the sandpit, and the swing. Sticky notes are from daily use, and I took advantage of them this time. They are used to make toilet doors, scissor handle, grass, flower, shopping mall roof, elevator, level sign, swing seats, tree leaves, the little children, lots of decorations for the house, and street signs. So pop sticks and hard crafting papers are from the store. Newspaper is recycled. Toothpicks and the string are from daily use. I have used 6 joining techniques in this model. First, I use a flange to attach all the trees to the land. I also use slots to create this sandpit. Then I make a good use of the cardboard corrugation for the separation between toilets, the creation of this swing, and the signs to the wall, and the shopping mall roof. Also, I use tabs to attach the wall, grass, flower, and the little children to the land. And for the buildings over there, I combine the techniques of feet and slots to create the attachments. As for safety features, when children are asked to make their own representation, I think the potential risks would be the use of scissors, paper cutters, and glue guns. So students should be guided and supervised by educators. Except that the whole making process is relatively safe. So when I finally finished and looked at my end product, I did some reflection. I think I did a pretty good job making this model, but there's something I need to pay attention to next time. For example, the size of the parts, the bus should be smaller, and the steps. I actually painted the playground after gluing the pieces, which makes it harder to paint. As for managing, I planned to spend 2 days making the model, so I divided the work into 2 days. The first day was on making the playground in the present and the house in the past. The second day was making all the buildings, the bus in the present, finishing up the playground in the past, and some final decorations. Now, I would like to talk about the learning. This model relates to HAS and design technologies for year 2. 2 sections, past and present, are created in the model. And aims to demonstrate students how the change in technologies shape people's life concerning their community, home, playground, and travel. This links to the learning of Year 2 history in Australian curriculum, where children study their local area and examine the impact of technology on people's lives. Through constructing the past and the present in the model, I'd like to give children a picture of the technological changes in people's lives through the road connections, numbers of buildings, ways to go to school, and the variety of facilities in the playground and the environment compared to the past. This model will be used throughout the whole unit teaching as a tuning to different lesson topics, and children can refer to it when they are asked to create their own representation of the passing of time. The creation of this model and its demonstration to students also linked to the Year 2 design and technology in the way that it provides students opportunities to explore design technologies and consider the impact of technologies on others and the environment. When students study the model, they investigate the materials used in this model and can discover some of their potential uses and also the techniques used to combine things.